Okay, we'll start this again. We are streaming Endless Sky in the Blue Gremlin. We've got a couple of high interceptors, grasshopper interceptors, to capture some pirates. We're in Prime and we're leaving. Uh, we're in the Beetlejuice system on Prime and we're going to leave there. We've got some pirate missions and some passengers to Pearl. And we have some electronics on board because they're cheap here and they're expensive in Pearl, so we hope to make a profit. There we go. And we're expecting a pirate to enter. There it is. Got some torpedoes or something. And we captured it pretty expeditiously. It's a hawk. Light warship. Alright, and now we're gonna see if we can find. There's one of them. This must be the well-armed Fury. Captured him. Get the reward for that, but more importantly, we now own those ships and plunder them and sell them. That's the way to make a lot of money in this game. Being a pirate hunter. And here we are in Pearl. And we made some money. We don't owe any money, so we're building up our credits pretty good. We got 1.5 million. Let's look. Let's go to the spaceport. No sooner have you entered the spaceport than you are bowled over by a trio of adults, 2 women and a man, with a teenager trailing close behind them. Oh, sorry, the older of the 2 women exclaims. She lays out a hand to help you up, then gets a better look at you as you take it, stand, and dust yourself off. Wait, are you a ship captain? She says after a moment. Blue Gremlin, captain of the Flower, you reply. Why? Oh, you may be the answer to our prayers, dearie. She and the others have now gotten themselves a bit more organized, and you can tell that they must be a family. Confirming this, the woman says, I'm Shirley Burnbeck, and this is my husband, Darren. These are our children, Aaron and Lay. The other younger women, Aaron, greets you with a smile, while the teen, Lay, glances at you before turning their gaze towards the ground. We were on vacation here in Pearl when news of the secession and these awful bombings came out. Well, I don't need to tell you it's caused us some trouble. Or, well, maybe I do, because we're from Flood on the Unukili High system down in what they're now calling the Free Worlds. Ah, that's where the acorn cookies come from. Her husband cuts in. Anyway, the short of it is that we really need to get home, and right now, none of the regular services are running from here to Flood because of the likelihood of war. Could you possibly take the 4 of us back home? We can't pay a lot right now, but we can pay. Of course, I wouldn't leave people stranded like this, or sorry, I'm not headed that way. Well, they're in luck because I am headed that way. Of course, I wouldn't leave people stranded like this. 4 faces light up in front of you, and after a moment, they gather up their luggage again and stand expectantly. Well, where should we go? You direct them to the berth where your ship is currently being refueled, and they all bustle off, seeming much more hopeful and relieved. Okay, so we got a mission. We also have that militia officer who's going to uh, glaze on Altbahn. So, what do we have on jobs on the way there? we can stop in Follower and deliver 59 tons of foam, or we could go all the way up to Valhalla and deliver 147 tons of tungsten. Let's do that. Nice full load. Doesn't leave us with much in the way of cargo space, but they need what? Heavy metals? Okay, and we're good to go. Just leave it on fast. Don't anticipate running into any trouble. It's a pretty well patrolled and safe area of the galaxy. Might be a few pirates in here, but not many. And here we are in Valhalla. Drop off our cargo of tungsten and make some monies. And now we can go sell these two ships we captured for 500,000 credits. That's nice. We have 2.25 million credits, and with our credit rating at the bank, we can borrow up to almost 4 million in credits, which would give us about 6 million. Is there anything worthwhile? We could buy a mule utility. That's I'm not a huge fan of those for some reason. We could buy a Firebird medium warship to complement our interceptors. That might not be a terrible idea. Or we could buy an Airy medium warship. Let's buy a Firebird. They're good ships. They have a nice thick hull, so they are very survivable. All right, so go to the shipyard. We've got 6 million credits. We'll buy our Firebird. Let's call it the Wave Piercer. Ooh, look at that. The Wave Piercer. We'll leave it back there on the end of the... Let's see. Comes equipped with particle cannons. Yeah, don't need that. Quad blaster turret. Don't need that. Anti-missile turret. Don't need that. Missile launchers. Don't need those. We do need some fuel. What are we racking for fuel? 700. So 1, 2, 3 fuel pods. And it has both a small fuel cell and a radiothermal. Wow. I don't like to have both of those. Let's sell that and buy a single uh, power supply, a nucleovoltaic, and comes with ion steering, ion thrusters. I don't want to buy, although it could certainly afford them, I don't want to buy, spend the money on atomics for it at this point. Right, so let's add some weapons. 4 heavy lasers and 2 heavy laser turrets. And look at that. And that leaves us with outfit space free of 28. Let's add another fuel pod, a volcano afterburner. We added the fuel pod because we're going to use a bunch of fuel with that afterburner. And going to need some cooling. It's at a water cooling system. That'll work. All right. We are all set up. And we owe a lot of money. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Let's see what jobs we have available here. Old modified enforcer named the Beanstalk has been attacking merchants. All right. Retrieve a package from Maker in the Delta Capricorni system, then return to Valhalla. These are they're called mystery retrievals. And uh, they're a way to encourage. Um, oh boy, I'm falling apart over here. So much for the chat thing staying open. It won't even stay looking at me. There we go. Hello, I'm right here. Yes, you can see my face. You should stay open. Uh, Earning favor in the deep. The nice thing about earning the favor in the deep is available in the shipyard here is a ship called the Bactrian, which is a city ship. It's 245 bunks, 530 tons of cargo space. It carries 3 fighters. It has tremendous weaponry, 6 turrets. It's really a advanced heavy warship. It's called a utility ship, though. It's very versatile, but it's expensive. It's 25 million credits, but you can't even buy one unless you get a city ship license. The only way to get that license is to do a bunch of favors for the government here in the deep through the spaceport and through mystery jobs. So that's why we took that mystery job. And at some point, when we get down here, there's a little light blue icon. We just pick up a package. It's not a big deal. All right, so we gotta find a guy, and then we gotta, let's see what else. Let's take some passengers and such to Earth. Sundresses to Earth. 15 tons of work boots to Earth. A student to Earth. Yep, bunch of jobs going to Earth. And we'll take some prostheses to uh, or print heads, not prostheses, print heads to Calda uh, on the way there. All right, let's see if we can find this. See if we can find this thing. And I'm not getting any sound from Endless Sky again, so let's restart it. It's the one thing that has really been a problem with Endless Sky. It doesn't like my sound system on my computer. So, no chatting, so no surprise there. but it's nice to be able to see it. If only that would stay open.